And salutations, I'm Gil.
And I'm Gil, and this is Strategic Prepper.
Good morning, Strategic Prepper community. Just back from my my perimeter walk, and just a shout out to Bear Independent. That was your idea, and so thanks for that. And so just back from my walk, and wanted to talk to you about some updates with our brothers and sisters up north with the Freedom Convoy. I want to share a different perspective if I can. Let's take a step back and look at a historical perspective, and let's look at how this could relate to us as preppers. All right, so I think what we are seeing is a rare event. This has I'm not making a prediction, but this has a potential, and I say potential because I'm going to talk about what I'm seeing. This has the potential to get big and be one of those events that ends one form of government and replaces it. Or, I don't want to use the word revolution, but kind of along those lines. And but very, very disruptive. And hopefully in a good way. But here's what I'm seeing. You've got widespread support. And that's shown by the money that's just pouring in. Just keep pouring it in, guys. Keep pouring it in. Let's support them up front, up north. And so the support is widespread and growing. The protest, as of this morning when I checked, is spreading beyond Ottawa. I hear there's some protests out west. They're really being disruptive to the economy. In a sense, what I mean is, let me rephrase that. They're being impactful. They're getting the attention of the government. And, these things, protests happen. And how governments respond happen. And there's one way to respond, and that is to hear and talk with the protesters. That happens when protesters are on a certain side of the political spectrum. But in this case, because these protesters want their liberty back, it seems like the government is not listening. They're arresting people. They are seizing food and fuel, arresting people who are trying to support them. This is just a direction of tyranny. And this is the kind of direction that escalates, because these truckers aren't going away. They're not going to be intimidated. In fact, every time the government steps up something, or their allies, like that crowdfunding thing, I can't remember the name of it, but their allies escalate, the support increases. And that's a sign that that this is not going away, that they have touched a nerve with the population in Canada, and in U.S. Support is there. But the difference in the U.S. Is lately, this last week, a lot of the Democrats are backing off of mask mandates. Pretty boy up north, he's doubling down. That's the difference. He's doubling down. The other thing, they are demonizing. Now, when it's BLM or any of those others, they talk about their peaceful protests. Even though they burn cities, people die and all that other stuff, they say, oh, how peaceful their protest is. Here they are demonizing. The worst thing that I have heard so far is the horns are honking. Woo, let me wipe them tears. Horns. Oh my gosh, horns are honking. Poor babies. Put some damn cotton in your ears. Or go out and cheer for them. Either way, buy some earplugs. They're cheap. In fact, send me your address. I'll send you a damn set of earplugs if it bothers you that much. Put it down in the comments. Or go to my website. Send me your address. I'll send you. If these protests, you're in Ottawa, these protests bother you, I will send you a set of damn earplugs. All right? Give me a break. They're horns. And, all right. So, the reaction, they're demonizing the truck drivers and their supporters, anti-democratic. They refer to them using Nazi symbols. And give me a break. And so that tells me that the response is going to continue to escalate. And if they go down this road, this is one of those, it reminds me of? It reminds me of Marcos in the Philippines. He just didn't know when to back down and listen to what the people were saying. And at some point, the military crossed over and joined the protesters. And I see veterans out there saying, I didn't fight so Pretty Boy could run away. And so the veterans are out there joining. And when active duty joins, it's all over. And could it actually topple the constitutional government of Canada? Yes, these things happen. It absolutely could. What's more likely to say, call for an early election. I don't even know how their parliament works. But like most parliaments, you can have no confidence and all that other stuff. Although they just had an election, and a lot of people support it because a lot of people are used to being spoon-fed by governments. So I don't know where this is going to go. I'm not making a prediction. But I will say this is going to disrupt supply chains and has a potential to be much more disruptive. So if you're in Canada and you haven't done it already, add your food reserves, any other reserves, especially if you get them from cross-border trade from the U.S. You're going to want to stock up. On both sides, stock up on your food. This could be going for a while. I mean, I hope the government in Ottawa comes to their senses, but no, and these boys, they haven't yet come to their senses. So they have this pride issue, and I'd mentioned this before. They're looking for opportunities to crush dissent. The thing is, here's where they're losing. I'd mentioned in a previous video that to do that, you have to have the support of the in-betweens. You know, the far left, the far right, if you want to call it. And I'm not saying far as an extreme. I'm just saying those that are committed to that side. Those sides are picked. But you have the middle that can be swayed either way. To win these things long term, you have to win the middle, and or at least get them to not join the other side. And he's slowly losing the middle. And so, like I said, this has a potential to go backwards for Pretty Boy. And what is his name? Is it Trudeau? I think. Let me know if you're one of them Canadians that knows his name. I don't know if I don't know. I don't know who he is. I think it's Trudeau. I could be wrong. Let me know in the comments. I don't like to be wrong. And I'm outside, as you can see. It's still dark, and so I didn't Google his name. I'm pretty sure I read it as Trudeau. But anyway, I apologize if I offend anyone by not knowing his name. You guys are our great friends and neighbors up north. I should know your prime minister. And but anyway, I digress because I haven't had my coffee yet. But anyway, stock up on supplies and pay attention, because this doesn't happen often, especially in Western democracies. And I do think this has a potential for growing. And so all you up north, stay safe, stay warm, and definitely stay prepared.